Hello, everybody. Long time no see. Um, yeah, still kind of getting the hang of things. Still just like trying to, you know, make sense out of life. Haven't been putting out things as fast as I want. There's just all kinds of things that are coming up, and everything's going in different directions. And I probably have to pick up a job, so it's like I've been focusing more attention on that. And yeah, it's just been real tough to do anything, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm also sorry about the fact that I've been wasting food because I haven't been reviewing the ramen, and that irks me, you guys. You know, I love to use all parts of the buffalo, and yeah, food has been like steadily just, sitting in my fridge and like passing. And yeah, I think that that's terrible. I don't like wasting food. I had some green onions. I'd keep buying green onions and be like, these are great in ramen. But then those would kind of just like, they don't last a ton in the fridge. They're kind of slim, so they start browning really quick. But the thing that kind of set me off worse, you guys, was there was a fish cake. I had a fish cake, and I opened it. It was kamiboko, like that's the one. And I just took a couple little slices off the end of it because I was given some ramen by somebody else that were ones I'd already reviewed. But yeah, it just kind of chilled in my fridge for like, I don't know, a month or two. And then I just look at it and I'm like, Google, how long is a fish cake good for? And I don't know which fish cakes it was talking about in Google, but it was just like, oh yeah, they're dead almost immediately. And I was like, fuck. So I got rid of that beautiful fish cake, and I'm really sad about it. So yeah, we have a block of tofu that is today expiring, and I fucking had it. So I'm doing a review, god damn it. And it's a review that makes me a little sad because honestly, I don't really like this ramen. But I've never done a review of it on the show. And yeah, you guys, let's give you a little backstory on this one. So right after I had just fallen in love with Sapporo Ichiban as a brand, this was like right after the Tonkotsu chicken. So I'm like, this company can do no wrong. And I went back to the Asian import store that I had found the tonkatsu at by the box. They were out of the boxes, you guys. I'm like, no. But there were other Sapporo Ichiban boxes there. So I'm like, oh, this is fine. This is fine. We'll just branch out. We'll explore a little bit while our husbando is away. And then when the box comes in, we'll reacquaint. So I went and got this little guy right here. It is the Sapporo Ichiban hot and spicy chicken. I'll flip the image for that portion. Yeah, but you look at this package. It's got a lot of nice things going on. It's got a lot of nice colors. You got some chilies down there. You got all kinds of nice things, right? So I'm like, how could this possibly go awry? And that's when I knew that I was just naive. That there is nobody who is above doing wrong, and everybody has dirty little skeletons they're hiding in the closet. So, what is it about this ramen that upsets me so? I would say that it's just that, like, hot and spicy chicken, you got it right there. I've had other products before that were, supposed to be a spicy chicken of some kind. But that flavor is noticeably absent. And when I envision, like, what the flavor of this one was, like, in my mind, it's, like, really strong celery salt, and then, like, chili powder, or, like, a cayenne powder. You know, just, like, not a lot of great flavors going on. Maybe a little bit of, like, lime or something, too. Like, I got the image of just, like, you know, instead of there being these chilies, it was just like a piece of celery and a lime next to it or something. But I really don't appreciate the flavor profiles of this one as far as I can remember. We're going to bust it open again, and we're going to get back to you and see what this one is like after we've gotten, I don't know, a little bit of extra time invested into our ramen palette. And we'll tell you if we think any more of it now. Okay. To the pot! So we're back. And I've got the Sapporo Ichiban right here. And boy, my phone is doing weird things. Yeah, we're going to get just a little picture just so that we can kind of, you know, have something to look at here as a final product. I mean, the first bite is with the eyes after all. So, upon inspection, we were supposed to cook it for 3 minutes, and the noodles came out pretty nice. One of the, you know, main sort of aspects of a ramen company is going to be their noodle. You know, they don't really branch off into too many different types. You know, you'll generally find that one is kind of their main archetype, and if there is like an outlier, then you'll see like a marked difference, you know, a pretty distant departure, if you will, in another direction, and that creates a lot of variety in the industry. And you know, I mean, that each company has their own kind. I mean, I guess since they all just kind of stick to one main kind of noodle, I guess that would be less variety. But in this case, the Sapporo Ichiban main noodle is kind of a nice thing. I'm pretty sure it's going to carry over and be a 6. You know, I could probably get that right out of the way right now. Price on this one is pretty standard. I think it's something like 89 cents a pack. That's what I just saw most recently in a store that was kind of in more my side of town, so it's like the prices might be a little bit more reasonable than when I was living back in Bellevue. But it's definitely decent when it comes to the price. The packaging, like I said, was very nice. I thought it was eye-catching, and I gravitated towards it right away, mainly because I like the popping colors and the deep reds. Red is one of my favorite colors, if you noticed. Check out this. I got one of these Chinese knockoff red controllers. They're so sexy. The main thing about this ramen that sort of sets me off is the broth. Let's see if I remember. I caught a whiff of it when I was putting the packet into the boiling water, and it did ring some bells. I do have faint memories of this particular flavor. Let's see if it's what I remember. It's definitely kind of like Old Bay. And I want to say something kind of like dried chilies or something. A lot of bitterness to it. But I do have to retract my, like, not chickeny flavor statement that I had. There is kind of a deep, like, there's a bouillon in there. You know, you can definitely tell that that's something. And could I distinctly, you know, pick that out as chicken? Maybe not. You know, you could tell me this would be a lot of things, and I wouldn't tell you it's chicken. But now that, you know, I've got it in my mouth, it's like, yeah, I guess that could be chicken. The way I was describing it before, it was kind of devoid of chicken flavor, but Now that I've had it again, it's pretty rich. Might be because I let the water boil a little too long and maybe had a little less water than I should have right now. I just don't quite get it. It tastes so heavily of like onions and like celery and like just like the dry chicken bouillon. Where the spicy comes into it, I don't quite know. Like, if you give this to some normal person, like, you know, maybe they detect a bit more spiciness to it, but like, it doesn't have accompanying flavors of something that would be pleasantly spicy. I'm tasting some kind of, like, possibly dried chili flavor. I don't know. Like I said, it's overpowered by these other flavors. It almost tastes like it's a paprika chicken sort of thing, like an Old Bay, with a ton of chicken bouillon seasoning. But it's not really popping in any way. It's almost like a white pepper sort of thing. When it comes to spice, it's not really anything that is going to be gravitating towards like any sort of a fresh chili flavor or like sriracha or anything like that. And I really like a lot of the red brothed Korean ramens. I don't know if you guys have really experienced too many of those, but they have a very rich, full flavor that has this kind of accompanying spice and flavor to that spice that are just delightful. Here, it's just like, I added too much of an ingredient or something. It's real bitter, too. Did I mention that? Like, going down, I get, like, real salty and real bitter. And just a tiny bit of warmth from what I think is something like, or a like to a white pepper. It's definitely nothing that is engaging any heat in any parts of my mouth that I would identify as, like, you know, hey, this is burning me like a habanero, or this is like burning me like a jalapeno. It's none of that. It's just kind of like maybe a lingering warmth. That's it. Like the kind you'd have after, I don't know, having a spicy chicken sandwich at McDonald's. It's been a long time since I had one of those. I don't know. Maybe they upped their game or some shit. Don't quote me on that. I really can't say that this hits the mark on its intended flavor. It's just really underwhelming in the market of a product that has a lot of competitors. Especially when I see it coming from the brand with this pedigree. I mean, I was fallen all over myself in praise for the Tonkotsu chicken. That stuff was amazing. Here, it's really a fall from grace. Probably their biggest one. It's my least favorite flavor, and when it was like directly following the discovery of a product that I thought was amazing from them, it was pretty big, a pretty big letdown, all things considered. So the broth on this one, it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just really not the kind of broth that I think is gonna be memorable. And when I did buy a whole pack of these, I was really in remorse for a while over my purchase. And I'm not really happy with just the fact that this one's in front of me right now. There's so many other better ones over there. And worse ones, too. That might be a bit more entertaining. But, like I said, we had some tofu that was going off. And yes, this is a lot of tofu. Like, it's more than one serving, but hey, it's gonna go fast, and I don't want it all to rot this time, so we're gonna put that in our soup and make something out of all this salt that we're going to be ingesting. And We probably have all the deliberations up on the screen right now. Ooh, we do have to check out what the sodium is on this one. So there is 1,950 milligrams in here. That is 82% of your daily value of salt. And would I say that that's worth it? No, absolutely not. If you're taking in this much sodium, get a better one. Get something that deserves your body going through that kind of sodium shock. Because this is just lackluster at best. Spicy chicken, my eye, Sapporo Ichiban. Yeah. We're gonna try something different next time, because I'm not coming back to that one. I hope you remake it. See you guys next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, everybody, and an even bigger thanks goes out to the people still supporting me on Patreon. You guys are amazing, and I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing your support. It really motivates me to keep me going. Also, remember to catch me on Twitch every day except Tuesdays and Saturdays, 5 to 10 p.m. I play loads of Binding of Isaac and Jackbox and other things too. Hope to see you there.